Hemlock.
Another execution with no remorse, of course. Have you ever seen such force? Yeah, I remember quite clearly. His face turned pale, he was hemorrhaging severely. Another execution with no remorse, of course. Have you ever seen such force? Yeah, I remember quite clearly. His face turned pale, he was hemorrhaging severely.
Times is hard, garnished away. What you take, you might not receive. It's just a part of the fate. Undermine us. Every surface we crack, you find us. Job wicked, thinking nothing could stand beside us. We'll make a person to face it. I tell you, it's a ego tripping. All the caught up in the web when we go local sometimes. Throwing head mix, going through head trips. Thinking, plotting, making problems often headless. Caught in the crossfire, barbed wire mistakes. How many lost souls cast to the lake? I feel the pressure like a 12 gauge. Going through me, they try to do me through my rib cage. Taking the stress like a Kunan and murder. Puncture the clavicle, it's tragical. Fuck what you heard of. When the smoke clears, we inject K-Fib. Body to body, neck to neck, shedding the same tears. When the pain appears, you feel the echo through the ears. I do the dirt upon my lonely son. I'm feeling heavy, my body carry these by the ton. Sometimes my emotions carry where when the stretcher comes. Better keep it indigenous, using no mouth to tongue.
Another execution with no remorse, of course. Have you ever seen such force? Yeah, I remember quite clearly. His face turned pale, he was hemorrhaging severely. Another execution with no remorse, of course. Have you ever seen such force? Yeah, I remember quite clearly. His face turned pale, he was hemorrhaging severely.
Remove your weakness for the micro, or I'll do it. And leave you soaking in yellowish fluid style sewage. My people wasn't no immigrants and they still ain't. But you rest in peace with your ignorance, for heaven's sake. Who gave it a Hamlet? I can tell you weak, I'm not psychic. I just gotta give this past the millimeters of your eyelids. No, I'm not dissing, just trying to touch your mental extermination without exerting a hollow point through this transmission. You lack creativity, ambition. It must be hard having to talk with your parents when they constantly cloning that boo-boo you mash into your appearance. Be original, brother, you ain't fooling nobody with that sad impersonation of radio personalities. Airway prostitutes, naked casualties, slaving the eye of me. Not only that, but probably harboring hatred for society. I know the feeling, but the difference between you and me would be that I'm putting the politician brain on the ceiling. Like I said, I know the feeling. Another execution with no remorse, of course. Have you ever seen such force? Yeah, I remember quite clearly. His face turned pale, he was hemorrhaging severely. Another execution with no remorse, of course. Have you ever seen such force?
Yeah, I remember quite clearly. His face turned pale, he was hemorrhaging severely. Another execution with no remorse, of course. Have you ever seen such force? Yeah, I remember quite clearly. His face turned pale, he was hemorrhaging severely.